This session is going to cover the basics of animation. This is what After Effects looks like when you first start it up. There is no media in the project window and there's nothing in the composition or in the timeline. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up a project I've already put together. So I'm going to go up to the menu File, Open Project. I'm going to target the desktop, Tutorial Files, Lesson 1, and I'm going to click on Lesson 1 Start.aep, which is an After Effects project file. You could double click this file or click on it and click Open. This project only has one file in it. That's the SV Snap 1 TIFF. That's the graphic I'm going to use. You can see it over here in the composition view, and you can see it in the timeline. So I have one layer in my timeline. This file here is the composition. You can see it says SV Snap 1, SV Snap 1, and SV Snap 1. So these two windows are this file here. Now in the timeline, if I drag the playhead along, this is this triangle, you can see nothing's happening because I haven't animated anything yet. Now if I want to see the parameters for this layer, I can come into the timeline and click the little disclosure triangle right at the start, and that will show me the transform parameter, and then I can click the disclosed triangle again next to transform, and I can see all the parameters for this layer. So if I want to adjust some of these parameters, I can adjust them in the timeline. So if I want to scale down this layer, I can come to scale and just click on where it says 100 and drag. I can scale it down. If I want to position it, I can click on the parameter here or here, horizontal or vertical. Or if I want to move it around on screen, I can click on the image and drag it around. So I've positioned the layer and I've scaled the layer, but when I drag the playhead up and down, nothing happens because I haven't actually keyframed it. Now when you keyframe something, you mark a property in time. So I'm going to say at 0 seconds, the object wants to be here. I'm going to come to the position parameter in my timeline and click on the stopwatch just in front of the word position, and there's my keyframe. I'm then going to move my playhead along to say 2 seconds and just click on screen and move the object. When I click on screen, I'm not going to click on the edges because I will scale the object, and I'm going to avoid the center because that's where the anchor point is. So I'm going to click somewhere around here, and I'm just going to drag the object over. After Effects has added the second keyframe. You can see it here in the timeline. I didn't add that keyframe. After Effects adds all keyframes after you set the first keyframe for each parameter. So if I move forward now and move the object again, it will add another keyframe. And if I move the playhead again and then move the object on screen and line up with that first keyframe, you can see the object is animating around the screen. Now if I want to animate scale, let's say halfway between these two keyframes I want the layer to start scaling down, I need to add a scale keyframe at this point. So I find scale over on the left hand side and click on the stopwatch. I then move my playhead somewhere else and reduce the scale property. After Effects has automatically added the second keyframe for me, and if I move my playhead again, I can line up with the end keyframe and reduce it down a little bit more. After Effects will add another keyframe. So now the object moves around the screen, and then at this point here it starts to scale, and it carries on animating, and it scales right down to the end. So this is how After Effects animates. It works with keyframes. You set the first keyframe and After Effects will add all the keyframes for you for each parameter. And that ends this session on the basics of animation.